and said, please put me in a basket and take me over to Gokul. When we work with children, we learn so much. When I mentioned it at one of the gatherings with children, they said, but Swamiji, how there was a basket in prison? Whether there was a basket or whether there was no basket. The Lord ordered a basket. So basket was there. It didn't come from Walmart, that I know for sure. So Vasudev looks and he's paralyzed for a moment. How can we leave this prison? Look at the guards. Look at the locks. Look at the chains all around. He didn't even finish his thought when all the chains fell. All the locks opened. The doors were welcoming the Lord to step out. It was raining, heavily raining. What about an umbrella? Sheshada comes and protects the baby. The minute Vasudev, who was carrying the heavy laden basket with divine presence, enters the Yamuna's waters. For some reason, unknown reasons, the waters are rising over his waist, then to the chest, the arms, to the neck. And normally we'll say, oh, now, danger, drowning. But the Lord, seeing the hunger of Yamuna Mata, He knows that she is just wanting to touch his feet for once. So he puts his big toe out. The caressing of the Yamuna was enough. The water came down and parted. So the journey can be completed in the easiest possible way. They come to Gokul. In Gokul, everybody is asleep. So Vasudev comes in, he finds Yashoda, who just delivered a baby. We know what this baby is. It's Maya. So he puts Lord Krishna at her bed, to her sides, takes Maya, and quickly back to jail. The minute they arrived, as though ordered by the touch of a thumb on one of our computers, all the locks, all the doors left. And then one cry of the baby, and Kamsa is made alert. And I actually, nobody likes it, but I, in a way, sympathize a little bit with Kamsa. The poor guy, his whole life is ridden by fear, day and night, afraid. This child of Devaki is still there, still alive. But nevertheless, in Gokul, if I was to describe what's been happening there, the festivities, the joy, the activities, I don't think all the Indian weddings put together will be put to shame. And why put to shame? Because apart from fun, generosity comes from Nanda's house, and respect for the spiritual masters, spiritual guides. And it continues. But on a fifth day, Vasudeva realized, oh, I have to go and pay the dues to this cruel Kamsa. So he goes. And as everybody still keeps enjoying the cruel Kamsa's wicked cabinet, says, oh, even Kamsa relaxed a little bit, but his advisors did not. Says, okay, we know that baby is around. We know there is a danger. Let's not relax. So they start their game. We call it Leela. And the first appears Putana. Puta means holy. No means unholy. But she appears as the holy. The most sophisticated, the most charming, beautifully dressed, her makeup like from the best salon. Impression she makes, it's slightly different what she presents, because her specialty is killing babies. How? By taking lovingly, as though lovingly in her arms, bringing to the heart, and then her breath is full of poison. Lord Krishna, in her arms, smiles, kicks, and plays. And then he thinks, oh, I came to this world, I'm in Gokul, I'm supposed to drink milk. But what I'm getting is the poison. So he closes his eyes, even before sucking the breast. And there is lots of commentators telling us why and how, but just a couple of things. First of all, the Lord thinks what she came with and what is she doing, her profession is far from noble. It sounds bad. But to come and be able to hold me in her arms, she must have done some good karma. So let me close my eyes and check the computer. The other reason could be he closed his eyes to meditate on Lord Krishna. As we know, he's got lots of experience with poison. Because if this poison is being released to the world, there would be a disaster. So he is just checking. And having checked that much, he starts sucking the breast with his tiny little hands. For some reason, the power, infinite power comes into it. He's squeezing this breast. He's squeezing and squeezing. She starts shouting with fear and pain, "Leave me, leave me, leave me." And Lord smiles again. Oh no. When I grab, I don't leave. And when we think about it, isn't it a blessing? We come to the Lord, and then, well, the party comes, the wedding, somebody else's wedding comes, my headache comes, and Lord is forgotten. But He will, once He catches you, He won't let you go. So He's holding and holding, and as He's squeezing her breast, what He's doing, He's squeezing out all the bad karmas that she's done. So finally, with exhaustion, she falls, and then that beautiful lady's form takes its own true form of Rakshasi. The arrangements are done to burn this huge, horrible-looking body. But to amazement of everyone, the sandalwood fragrance comes, and that's why we talk about Putana being blessed and released by the Lord. Then, another day, everybody goes for a picnic. All the gopas, all the gopis, all the families. And Lord Krishna is being put on a cart, under the cart, where all the vessels are being kept. And he is sleeping. And when he woke up, as the baby would, he looks around, Mommy is not there. Then he sees, oh, where am I sitting? So he said, aha, there is a big party. They are partying, and they forgot. So with his tiny little foot, one kick, and the whole thing topples and crashes. With that big crash, all the ladies, everybody is running, trying to see what happened. How did it happen? First, is the baby safe? Baby is sitting there, playing, kicking, smiling, and talking to his brother. So investigation goes, what happened, how it happened. There were always little children around. They said, no, Krishna did it. How did Krishna did it? The little baby to kick that whole thing. Well, what we found out, that there was another surprise, Sahasrasura, who came to finish that baby. And the baby knew the infinite knowledge. You cannot fool the infinite knowledge. So that's crushed. What does it mean? We're not going through the whole lila, but just few aspects from which we can learn. So that toppling the cart is the lessons for us. Where are our priorities? Materialistic aspects, are they important? Are the values more important, or valuables? So valuables, he crushed and brought our attention into values. And that's so very important, especially in the 21st century. So many options, so many opportunities to go the wrong way. But remember that what we need to develop is to really put the right value price tag on our lives. The values first, valuables next. Our children don't need all those toys and games. They need your presence. They need attention. They need guidance. So whenever we have to make a choice of coming to the temple and bringing the children, or going to a party or a movie, let me see where my price tag is. On the movies are also quite expensive these days, or the temple. There is all, but if we still choose the party, why is it? The next aspect of Lila, another day, every day something was happening. Yashoda Ma is holding a baby, and suddenly she feels that he is weighing more and more and more and more, and she can't withhold, she can't keep him anymore. So she puts him on the ground. The minute she did, the cyclone arrives. The vortex of all the powers of the universe right there. And Trinavarta appears. Panic everywhere. And nobody knows where the baby is, nobody knows where they are. But now the Asura is taking the baby up higher and higher. And what happens? The Lord knew. He knew that Trinavarta was coming. So that's why he played the game of heaviness. And as he's coming, he is becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. And when they reach the point that nobody can see them, Lord Krishna does his own trick, holding, squeezing the throat, again the same mantra, leave me, leave me, leave me. The Lord said, no, no, no. When I catch, I don't leave. And then the breath falls off, and with it comes again the horrible Asura body crashes on the ground. So now everybody is looking, where is the baby? Where is the baby? What happened? Is he safe? Is he all right? What do they see? On the body of this Rakshasas again. Big smile, playing, singing along. So as I mentioned, every day something was happening. But not only those drastic things happening. Remember, we are now in Gokul. Go means the Lord. Also means these senses. All our senses actually are not far from what Ravana's 10 heads were carrying. But enlivened and blessed by what? By the Lord, by the infinite divine presence itself. Who lives in Gokul? Gopis. Go again, the senses. P, meaning drinking. The drinking the divine presence of the Lord. And they never were able to take their eyes off Sri Krishna. Each and every gopi, with no exception, waking up before even brushing the teeth, Krishna, Krishna. Taking bath, Krishna, Krishna. Getting dressed up, Krishna, Krishna. Putting makeup on, Krishna, Krishna. Milking the cows, what did they say? Krishna, Krishna. Collecting the milk and taking it to the market, Krishna, Krishna. Selling the milk, Krishna, Krishna. Whatever was to be done with that milk at home, churning the butter, Krishna, Krishna. Like that till the last moment, already on a cot falling asleep, Krishna, Krishna. With Krishna they were waking up. With Krishna they were doing all the chores. But the mind was on Krishna. And then closing the day, again the same thing. But the same gopis used to go complaining to Yashoda. Actually, Yashoda's house got turned into courthouse with the judge, Yashoda herself. And every day, few times a day, there were complaints coming from gopis. Yashoda, you know what he did? He came and he drank the milk. Yashoda thinks of her baby and immediately her heart melts. The sight is on his beauty, on his charm, totally enables her to make any right judgment. So she says, he's drunk milk. I'm so happy. He never drinks at home. Again, another one comes. He stole butter. Why would he steal butter? There is so much butter at home, he doesn't even eat butter. Not only he drinks, he brings all his friends. And they go like this into the vessel. They go like this, and they leave with the thing dripping all over. She said, no, that's not my child. I never seen him coming home with dirty face. It cannot be. So like this, every accusation was turned away. Finally, one lady said, again he broke my pots, again he came. Why don't you keep it up? We do keep it up. You know what he does? He brings his friends. They make a ladder, step on each other's shoulders, and they go there. They get their stuff, and they break the pots. What pots? Doesn't really matter. Actually, there is a message into it. Is the pot more important, or is the content of the pot important? Isn't it? So when the child or a guest comes to your house and breaks your best pottery cup, what happens to your heart? It's just another pot. Soil goes like this. Then another one comes. You see, this is another trick. Not only he drinks, not only he takes, we don't mind him taking. But who are those children? They're your own children. So he's feeding your children. You should be happy. No. But it's not only children. The monkeys. And the other day what he did, he announced that the very special divine Mahatmas are arriving in Gokul. And we need to make arrangements much bigger than this to receive them. We made all the arrangements, everything beautifully set up. And who came? Monkeys. He sent all the monkeys, and we had to serve them. There is a little message to it. All the beings in Lord's presence are the same. Also in Ram embodiment, the Lord did not have a chance to treat the monkeys. They've done so much, not even thank you was there. So he decided, not in this embodiment, another one, nothing is forgotten by the Lord. So it's been going like this. Then finally, the gopis would come every day, sometimes few times a day. And Krishna was giving a name, a butter thief. So the question is, if we think about it, did Krishna steal the butter? Was he going after the butter? Or what really happened? He stole their hearts. And that's why from morning till night, Krishna, 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 the divine presence of the Lord. But one thing was, Krishna was never caught red-handed. So there was this one gopi, the fattest in a whole Gokul. Very soft-hearted, but also quite a bit of passion in her. So one day she comes home and she sees Krishna with his hands in the pot and the face, half the face covered with it. So she just stretched her hand, grabbed the boy's hand, and she said, now I am going to show you. I am going to show this Yashoda. She always protects him. She never scolds him. She could not scold this divine child. It was not possible in mother's heart. So she is going on the street. She is big. She is fat. She is holding his hand. The little feet are going hoo. She is going mixed steps. So he is just going behind. And she is rumbling with her fat body here and there. And Lord Krishna, there's one thing we need to learn even as a baby, mindfulness, constant awareness. He is looking here and there and trying not to trip, and then he sees. Whom does he see? The fat lady's son, his friend. So he slowly, his hands are still slimy with the butter. He grabs the boy's hand, and boys, each one of them, will be so happy to have a direct touch of the Lord's hand. So he holds it, and then Lord Krishna slips his hand off. And Gopi is going, she's trying to puffing, going there to Yashoda's house again. But he just goes around, jumps very quickly, and he arrives first. Face nicely clean. And when the gopi, fat gopi arrives, from the door she is shouting, now you see, red-handed, I caught him. and she brings the child whose hand she is holding. And Yashoda said, again, what are you saying? Look, whom did you bring? Her own son. So to catch the Lord with selfish, egocentric intentions is not possible. Well, we could go like this for the whole week, but I think the main thing is that we do know that Krishna was not after the butter. It was the gopi's heart. And there is one thing I wanted to bring, the relationship between Balaram and Sri Krishna. Since they were little babies, they always played together. They always wanted to be together. They could not be separated. If they were if they were separated, they would cry. If they were together, they would just talk. And there was no opportunity to sleep. So it was going. So actually, they didn't know what to do. Because when they kept them together, there was no sleep at night. When they separated, there was a crying. So there was this very, very special affection. Always with them. Yes, teasing was going on. But that when we have our children, it's very important to cultivate the affection between the siblings. Because now what do we hear? Rivalry. No. And it, in a loving household, it can be created and it can be cultivated. But one day, Krishna comes to Yashoda with tears in his eyes, rolling down his face. And she said, what happened? What happened? This Balaram, he always does it to me. He always does it. Always. What did he do? He tells me, the Yashoda is not your mother. And it's not even your father, what you think is the father. You are adopted. Look, Yashoda is fur. Your father is fur. Look at yourself. You got to say, you're so dark. You know, they picked you up at the market. They are not your parents. This Balaram is so wicked. He always been like this. You don't pay attention. No, he always tells me this and I feel, I said, no. But I tell you, I am your mother. I love you. And then she says, I swear on the names of all the cows, you are my baby. And I shall always care for you. So the life in Gokul was going on with all the stuff happening. So actually, the Nanda Baba and everybody got together and they thought, oh, this Kamsa, because every day one asura or another will come, one danger or another will come, and it was going on. So they decided it would be safer to move to Vrindavan. And they did. But the last point I wanted to bring, because we all are lovers of Ras Leela. So Lord Krishna, at one point, later on, he felt it's really time to do something very special. So, on a full moon autumn night, he takes his flute in his hand, goes to the forest. And there is a magic that comes from Lord Krishna's flute. The first note goes out. All the gopis leave whatever they were doing. So it happened this time also. Some were feeding babies, they put the babies down. Some they were putting makeup. So half smeared, half done, all going where the music is playing. Some were attending to the husband, gone, dropped, and all going to where the music is coming from. On Yamuna's bank, 16,000 of them gathered together. One gopi was stopped by a husband who didn't allow her to go. Right there, she went to meditation and dropped her body. So all of them got to the forest. When they arrived, the heart full of ecstasy, the music is playing, and music and dance actually are the best expressions of joy and ecstasy. Lord Krishna looks at them and says, why did you come? Did you come to see the moon? You already seen it go. You wanted to see Yamuna. Already seen? Go. You wanted to see the forest and the flowers. Go. But gopis are not like us. They say, oh, we're going nowhere. We're not going anywhere. We are here to be with you. I said, why? Why? Because whatever we do, and there is a Gopika Gita, when there is a beautiful, powerful, inspiring description of Dharma, our relative Dharma, and Paramadharma. So finally said, our mind is with you. So where we go? We can go anywhere. And at that point, the Lord smiles. That smile adds the charm to his divine face, and the dance starts. When it starts, all in a beautiful circle, what do we see? Gopi, Gopi, Krishna. Gopi, Gopi, Krishna. Gopi, Gopi, Krishna. And as the dance goes on, they all tune in to the presence of the Lord and his flute, that it's heard not only by the ears, but the soul also. The happiness is now transformed into bliss. And in this blissful feeling comes another thought. Oh, look, none of our husbands came. They didn't even hear the flute. We are special. Look at other ladies from other places. We are the very special. The minute that thought came, they looked around. They were dancing. The feet were tapping, but there was no Lord. In despair, They go looking for him, looking here and there and everywhere. What do they see? Suddenly they see 2 footsteps. So immediately in everybody's heart, one thought, wow, he must be with another woman. So search party continues. And what they find? Just 1 footsteps. The second one is gone. So what the jealous heart will say? Okay, now he must have lifted. We don't know what's going on. But they're still going. And as they go along, they found one gopi. And in Bhagavatam, her name is not being mentioned. Sitting in the same despair as all of them. Because the same story happened to her. She thought she was very special. He disappeared. They come back. All of them come back. And as they come back, the Lord again reappears. And this time, in that ecstatic dance of joy, that actually exploding all around, in a circle, what do we see? Gopi Krishna, Gopi Krishna, Gopi Krishna. And in the end, they all united with the divine presence. And that's what we need in our life. In the best of intentions, we get derailed here and there. Bring the mind to where it needs to be, in the abode of the divine. I know we are getting late, but we started late, so just 2 more minutes I wanted to mention something, because we often use this word again and again. Flute. Krishna's flute. We know it's magic from the stories. But I wanted us to really look a little bit deeper. What is the flute? Bamboo stick. Bamboo stick which is hollow. There is one end and the other end. In between, there are 7 holes that represent the 5 senses, our ego and intellect. The flute by itself, does the flute have a music? No, it does not have a music. It does not have music. But kissed by the nectarine touch of the Lord's lips, what happened? Life is being breathed into it. But what life? Divine life. Even the gopis used to be so jealous of the flute. They said, actually, your lips don't belong to the flute. They should be with us. The divine song of the Lord is being played to enhance the beauty, harmony of the whole universe, to touch the string in each and every heart. And that's what the flute represents. So, what is the purpose of our lives? is to be a flute in a divine flute player. Went through those holes along. I put one note, for sure, it's not going to be what it needs to be. It would be a false discord. So allow the Lord, let the divine play its music of harmony, beauty, and blissful presence of the Lord. And whenever we hear some false note, well, we know where to go to have it tuned in. So let us all be cared for and empowered to the music of harmony, universal peace, compassion, and well-being. Now, having the tempo, there is an opportunity to do tuning here and there, every so often, and with the guidance on Nambudriji. He is such a wonderful example, a wonderful example of knowing where the materialistic aspects come in life and when we need to see the other side of life. We need to blend both so the harmonious music of the flute player will not be distorted by our notes. Well, I see wonderful musicians here. So let us finish.
वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भोक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं चरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्.
May this sweetness coming from here be in our lives, inside out, left and right, up and down. And I just wanted to mention something. We were having slightly different program, but in the last minute I got an idea and I said, why don't we finish with Madhurashtakam? And look, within 10 minutes that came out. So congratulations, wonderful children. You've done great. May the Lord's grace be with all. May the prosperity of the temple rise moment by moment. May the attraction of the Lord of Maduran bring all the hearts to be fulfilled with that sweetness greater than honey, the divine infinite presence for all. Hari Om.
Thank you so much, Swaminiji. Really humbly appreciative of that wonderful, inspiring speech. Thank you so much for gracing the GTOB temple. If I could ask Dr. Kuti and to please come, the President of the Board of Directors of GTOB temple. I'd like Dr. Kuti, Uncle, if you could say a few words, and I have something for you to honor Swaminiji with.
Thank you. Thank you, Swamini Shivapriyaji, for blessing this temple, blessing all the devotees with your presence and enlightening speech. And this temple has always been supported by Swamini, and also Shandarandaji was here for our Saptaham, and he is coming again this Thursday. He will be giving a disclosure. And we always had a very friendly and fruitful association with the Chinmaya Mission. And thank you for your blessings as always.
Swaminiji, please accept a humble token of our appreciation from the Gurvairappan temple. Thank you so much.
Souvenir, this is a recording of the Divinity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kuti uncle.
It's my humble privilege to be here today and to participate in the life of Krishna's abode in Toronto.